Okay, greetings. This is Dwayne. Time is 6 p.m. Eastern. Today is September the 11th, 2016. Wow. 15 years ago today. Time flies. Listen, sorry for the late start. Life happened as it does when you're trying to run a business and a family and a couple other things. So I won't bore you with that. I'm glad you could make it. Hopefully we'll cover whatever it is that you need to know, whatever questions you have. Now everyone that is here, you're very welcome, Dale. Everyone here should have a link to, if you're not already a partner, if you're taking the live trading room, or if you're taking the Concierge Trade Alert trial, you should also have a free trial link to the live trading room. Is there anyone here who doesn't have a link to the live trading room? Also, is there anyone who did not receive a copy of the video from the webinar last Sunday, where we spent about an hour going over trading the Concierge Trade Alerts? In fact, that's the name of the video, How to Trade the Concierge Trade Alerts. Does everybody here have? Yeah, Stephen, I just sent it to you. Have you checked your email? Okay, Stephen, you said to me in your email that you were grandfathered in. So then that means you get an email every Monday morning for the live trading room, correct? Okay, so it would be redundant to just send you a link, a free trial link for the live trading room, because you already get a link every Monday morning. Okay. Now, there's nothing for me to teach or preach this afternoon. The markets are, after Friday's incredible sell-off, this is the S&P 500. We fell over $2,400. Okay. Let's walk through the markets real quick and let's see what happened. It was $2,400 on the S&P. On the Dow, the email we sent out Thursday night said to sell 18,335. This was the $1,000 per contract mark. We actually fell about another $900. It's right about 1,900 bucks. Gold, surprisingly, there was movement, but not a lot. We had a $170 per contract move, a $380 per contract move, and a $500 per contract move. Bonds, that was another big one. On bonds, we had originally, on this first move down, we missed the $2,000 per contract mark. Our instructions were to sell 168.15. We came within 3 ticks of hitting $2,000 per contract. And then over here, what was the swing? This is tonight. The 11th. So the close on Friday was 166.21. So that held. We came within 3 ticks of $2,000 per contract. Crude oil, let's take a look at that. We did over $1,000 per contract in crude oil. Thursday night we said to sell 46.90. This was the $1,000 mark. Now we had traded above the highest weekly trading zone, not unusual. We came back down to the highest zone on Friday, consolidated, and then traded perfectly zone to zone. We hit the zone Friday afternoon, put in a little bit of a bounce. Now we're starting to drop tonight. Soybeans there was a few points available in soybeans, but there's a huge crop report coming out tomorrow. Be sure and watch for that. This is the NQ. We had over $1,900 in the NQ on Friday. Thursday night we said sell them at 47.89, and had you held over the weekend, which is something I would never recommend you do, I don't even recommend you hold overnight, much less the weekend. 1,900, we're probably at about, I don't know, close to 2,500 at this point. The Russell, these are the weekly trading zones for the Russell. These are last week's zones. Now partners get the zones every Monday morning as soon as, well, before Wall Street opens at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. Now, was this the lowest weekly zone for the week on the Russell? Let me see. Let me attempt to see. Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. This must be it. Russell, 12, 15, 16, yeah. We got right down to the lowest weekly trading zone on Friday for the Russell and closed just below it. Now, the last time I measured, there was $2,680 in that move from the alert we sent out Thursday night to sell 12.49. So Friday was not a typical day, okay? Typically with Concierge Trade Alerts, there will be, in any given market, 2 or 3 trading opportunities. Usually at least one market will give us $1,000 per contract move for the day. That's usually going to be in gold, crude, and bonds. Bonds, gold, and crude. Those are the big movers. They also have higher margins. Okay? If you've never traded the Concierge Trade Alerts before, as with anything, because trading is risky, you can lose all of your money and then some. Of course, you should always consult with a licensed investment professional before making any investment decisions. So while you're on your week's free trial, it's in your best interest to do your trading in your demo account in the simulator. Why? Well, I don't even think I need to tell you why. Because you don't want to blow your account up trading something that you're not familiar with. Now, if you watch the movie or the video that I sent you, how to trade the Concierge Trade Alerts, if you follow those instructions, you'll probably have a pretty good week this week. Should have some good volatility given what happened on Friday. Now, typically, when there is a huge day like Friday, the following day will be a day of consolidation. But we've got so many things going on right now, I'm not so sure that it's going to hold true to form. A large range day typically leads to a day of consolidation. A day of consolidation typically leads to a large range day, but we haven't seen that happen in a while, and so we'll see what happens tonight. And I'm going to get started here shortly and make sure the Concierge Trade Alerts get out early tonight. So if you're on the list, if you received this video, if you received the invitation to the webinar, then rest assured that you also will receive the Concierge Trade Alerts tonight. I just wanted to gather everybody together for a few minutes. I've got to get busy. The markets are moving. I've got to get out the Concierge Trade Alerts. I've got to put together. Actually, markets are a little bit quiet after the huge sell-off Friday. Asia's not open, but this is unusual to see. What do we have in the first opening? 13 minutes. The S&P's got a range, 21.14 on the low side, 17 on the high side. It's 2 3/4 points. That's quiet. Now, if you're wondering what this blue stripe across here is, that was the 2015 high. High of the year for 2015, and we broke through it yesterday. Okay. All the talking heads will be carrying on about that tomorrow on CNBC and every other place you look, Bloomberg TV, etc. Okay, it's not my intention to hold you guys here for a long time. Do you have any specific questions? Does anyone have any specific questions about anything whatsoever? You got your video, you're going to watch that, and by the time you finish watching it, I'll be sending out the Concierge Trade Alerts for tonight. If you've already watched the video, awesome. If you haven't watched the video, make sure you do. Also, you should make arrangements this week for a private mentoring session. In the live trading room tomorrow morning, ask for directions to the private mentoring page so that you can reserve a 45-minute block of time one-on-one with myself or Michael so that we can walk you through how to trade these Concierge Trade Alerts. You're seeing the amount of money that could be available in just one market. Don't make the mistake of trying to trade all 8 markets at one time. Take the 2 or 3 markets that you have an interest in, that you're familiar with. Focus on those. That's where the money is. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning in the live trading room. We'll give it one more shot, because I tell you what, if you have a question, put a Y in the chat box and hit enter, and I'll hold up. I won't rush off. But if you got everything you need, and if you know what to do tomorrow morning, be in the trading room. The trade alerts are valid tonight as soon as they hit your inbox, and they are valid until the next set comes out tomorrow night. Everybody got that? Okay. All right. Very good. Then I wish you peace and a great Sunday evening with your family. Keep an eye on your inbox. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. Oh, let's see. Maurice, please call me. Type your phone number into the chat box, Maurice. Nobody can see what you type but me. Are you asking me to call you this afternoon? Because I'm awfully busy this afternoon. Is it something urgent? I mean, I don't mind taking a few minutes to call you, but if it's something that can wait till tomorrow, that would be better. You tell me. Are you sure now? Because I mean, if it's something that's of importance, I don't want to put you off. If it's that you need help with something, you might be better served to set up a mentoring session. I don't recall you and I having done a mentoring session before. Concierge Trade Alerts, $1,500 per quarter, $6,000 per year based on the quarterly price, but those who subscribe annually get a $1,000 discount, so it only costs you $5,000. How do we schedule a mentoring session, and could you point to a document about the software needed? Ashish, I personally sent you an email that says, welcome to CFRN. This platform I'm using is run by Gain Capital. So in answer to your question, yes. Ashish, did you not receive the email I sent you that said welcome to CFRN? It has all the information in there. All the information you need. If you haven't read that email, you do have it. It went into your junk mail. Now that's very unusual because those emails normally get straight into the inbox. In fact, I've tweaked those emails very carefully to make sure they go to the inbox and not the junk mail. So let me ask you a question. When I sent you the trading video, did that go to the junk mail also, or did that go to the inbox? The video I sent you, the one that said how to trade the Concierge Trade Alerts, did that go to your inbox or did it go to the trash? Okay. Okay, just have a look at the screen here, and I'm going to type in. Better yet, I'm going to put it in the chat box so you can copy and paste it. cfrn.net/emini hyphen personal hyphen mentoring. cfrn.net/emini hyphen personal hyphen mentoring. Okay, you got that? cfrn.net emini hyphen. You got it? All right, guys. Awesome. I hope you have a great week trading this week. Anytime you need help, reach out to support@cfrn.net. You can call us at 949-42-EMINI or 623-500-1355. If you have a question about the platform and about your indicators, call Bert and Leslie at 866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Now, the indicators also run on NinjaTrader. In the live trading room, there will be guys who can help you with your NinjaTrader questions, or you can call the NinjaTrader support desk. I don't have that number handy. DT Pro, the platform that I'm using, is a white label platform. So any broker who clears through Gain Capital, they'll have a platform that looks identical to this, except instead of saying DT up in the corner for Daniel's Trading, that's our broker, it will have the initials of your broker. Okay? And in that welcome email is instructions of how to go in, right click, go to indicators, go to the indicator store. All the instructions are in that welcome email. If by chance you did not receive your welcome email, let me know at support@cfrn.net, and I'll make sure you get the information you need tonight, or someone will get a hold of you first thing in the morning. Exactly, Ashish. These alerts. See, Friday was unusual in that the move was, in all the markets, most of the markets, was far deeper. What's more common is you'll see 2164 trigger, price will get back above the trigger, it'll trigger again, it'll get back above the trigger, it'll trigger again. I'll show you, let's see, on crude. Let me back up a day. All right, on crude, we were looking to buy 45.10, okay? Now, the first move had too much risk, so that was a pass. The second move had just the right amount of risk, and it gave us $240 per contract available. The next move had very little risk and gave us $320 per contract available. And then the last move took us all the way up, as you can see. Now this was at 1630, that's 4:30. The market closed, futures stopped trading at 5 p.m. But there's a 15-minute time period. They closed down from 4:15 Eastern to 4:30. And then they crank back up for 30 minutes until 5. Our recommendation is to just be flat by 4:15 Eastern, and then wait for the 6 p.m. Eastern market to open. Now, when the market reopened at 1800, which is 6 p.m. Eastern, as you can see, it kind of went sideways. The Asian session often does not offer a lot of opportunity, but when London opens at 3 a.m., that's very good trading, and it's good trading right on up until the Wall Street Open. And then we lay back in front of any news. Use investing.com. That's your best economic calendar. And I say that because with investing.com, you get world economic news events. If Great Britain is putting out their unemployment figures, that can very much affect the S&P 500 or the Dow or the Russell or the NASDAQ. And so while we don't trade the news, we want to be aware of the news so that we can avoid the news. Usually about 15 minutes after the news release, you can go right back into the market and pick up where you left off. Okay? So the answer to your question is yes, as long as that thing keeps triggering. But what's important is when you spend time with me in the private mentoring session, and so the earlier in the week that you can find an open slot and reserve it, the better off we'll be, because I can explain to you which trades to walk away from because there's too much risk involved, because the chart is going to tell you where to put your stop. All I have to do is teach you how to read the chart so that you know where your stop goes, okay? And that's what I'll do in the private mentoring sessions. And that right there, that's a huge key to being successful in trading, is being able to read a chart and know where to place your stop and where a reasonable target is. And the chart, better than any guru, better than any crystal ball, better than any other gadget out there, the market itself will tell you where to put your stop and what to anticipate for a target. It's all in the chart, and during our time together this coming week, I will be more than happy to share with you that information in a private mentoring session. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you all week long. Anytime you need to reach out, support@cfrn.net. That email goes to both Michael and I, and so if one of us can't get back to you, the other one will. Okay? We play tag team on that email address. All right, guys, once again, have a great Sunday evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning in the live trading room. Take care.